Hello, and welcome back to Shota and Lingerie Girl. Woo! As you might see, I'm using a big weapon. I did a lot of side quests, some farming. I am kind of rich now. I got 40 grand, and I'm using Beastbane. I grabbed. Damn, that looks cool. Actually, I will use that for a second. Still the same damn moveset. I'm a little disappointed. I was like, ooh, all these different weapons. Maybe they do different things. But it kind of looks like they're just different stat sticks right now. I'm a little sad. Oh, yeah. And Beastbane's just better. It's just better. Just a little... Because you could get it right away at the shop in the first village. It was just a bunch of money. Anyway, so I figured there, as soon as I start going towards the Forest of Myth, that they're going to start spouting some lore or something. Who's back there? Oh, him. Yeah, let's do this. This will be quicker. You guys kicking me around. That's what you get. Yeah, that's where I went before, but now I can go... Yeah, this way. Let's see what happens. Thanks, buddy. And he just toppled over like he got hurt. Kinda feel bad. Oh, it's opened up. It was probably closed if we tried to go before. So how's everyone doing? It's a little grindy, but it's not too terrible so far. Ooh, that's actually quite pretty. I like that. I saw someone on the left. Yeah, you. This is actually quite lovely. That background music.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence.
What, you got your music turned off?
There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
It's always interesting. You kind of got to think of, when you think of, we always hear this epic music and da-da-da-da. I mean, are these characters in the game going through this experience? They're going through, really with no music at all? So how kind of different is that experience? And it feels a lot weirder. I don't know. It's just a weird thought, Or we're going through all this stuff going on, and then thinking for their experience, it's so much quieter. Or do they actually hear some of this music?
Beware.
Mayor?
Beware the words.
It's the one who sent the whatchamacallit, I think.
What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who
I think that's one of them.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
This box got very large. Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his
Perhaps
eyes.
we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
Why is this box so large?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
Did I do that? The mayor stared at Marlon Vice.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
Mayor explained, in the past weeks, a mysterious called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. Doesn't sound too bad. Well, I have a lot of nightmares. So, village mayor had determined that the death dream was spread from person to person by spoken words before he could learn more of the disease as well. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly. I definitely didn't do that.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Just said that.
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
I think the trigger word was dream. Before the mayor could confirm Mara's suspicion, Weiss exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
I usually don't remember falling asleep
That's
either.
just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
He's breaking the fourth wall here. This is interesting because he made a comment before that was kind of directly at the narration. The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Morrow had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Morrow and Weiss racked their brains, but they could find no easy solutions. There's simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations. I had none. I came in here to talk to you, man. And you said dream. Your letter said dream a million times.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
Your suggestion that Weiss chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has
So weird.
demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Weiss looked skyward as if searching for answers in the
I
heavens.
was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
So weird. This is so strange. The anger created by his harsh words bled over the Morrow like a contagion. Sure. Wait, said Morrow suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yeah, I believe so. What of it? Well, the villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? Mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Some specific combination of words? What was it? It's about dreaming or something that dreams, or what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Weiss suddenly, lighting out the first thing that popped in his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. I don't remember that. After a few more minutes of thought, Maru's face suddenly lit up. I remember! Those who dream, Boy said. I'm sure of it. I thought it was just the word dream. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of paper from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding approval. Sounds right. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. Pure speculation, and I don't think it really matters as much how we got here, necessarily as how the hell do we get out. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. The last months have done nothing to say disease we call the death dream. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. This is such a strange sequence. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams. But perhaps we should bend your effort to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. Yeah. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off his tip. Whew. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked in my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. Or we're all fucked then, game over. No, but this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I know about it. No, you wouldn't. Man, I can't understand none of my dreams. And they're so uncontrollable. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful exposition you could ever hope to listen to. But once this disease took a hold, things changed. The screen turned black. began to fill with white text non-stop for a whole half hour. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the combat and all the action out of the game. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to fight things. I won't stop trying until we move the story along. Maru nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we could be of any help, said Maru. Just ask. Okay, so even I acknowledge the narrator's off. What is this disconnect with the narrator? Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Weiss. The Grimoire looked from Maru to the mayor and beckoned, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident, very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing it. Yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? Mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, you're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine. The dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you. I don't know how I can pay you. Think of an exit, and you'll make it. Wow. Man. That's... I guess that is kind of a point when you try... See, when I try to think too hard in my dream of, like, if I actually want to direct my dream in a way, that's when I start to kind of wake myself up unintentionally. But if you couldn't wake yourself up, then I guess maybe you could get some kind of control, or I don't know. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called to the departing forms Maru and Weiss. We're all counting on it. Maru slowly faded into the misty forest. The mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. Where? Maru's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. He was really getting tired of all this dialogue. He didn't want to read anymore. And hours earlier, he was grinding and having a real fun time with all that action and combat. When the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd be confident they can get in, find the exit, be home. Dinner. But the deeper they went, the more narration kept going on. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction. The moss-covered rock seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once I swear to God, if this whole goddamn area is a narration, I'm really getting tired of it. Man, like, there's dialogue-centric games that it's like, okay, that's cool. That's fun. I like those, Play like what is it? Virtual novel or whatever. But this is just... More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on a rough bark of a tree, and his hands now felt small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either train or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Maru to pick up the pace and grumbling about the slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Maru snapped. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Maru leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How could this stupid forest be so big? You ever heard of the Amazon? The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, or hiss roared at a volume that rattled his teeth. Maru slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss, what's going on? This narration is still not over. Maru could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insect screamed. The forest howled. Mrs. Maru's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover. The sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed his hand from his left ear and listened to the creature of the woods. I'm not making sounds, guys. Zri, zri, zri. Shakakaka. Shakakaka. What is making a woo woo wooma? What is possibly making that sound? Shik shik seek. As the insect's symphony dimmed another decibel, Mara began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't randomly thought, it's just not just white noise. It's something else. It's goddamn insects. Insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. I'm now the bug whisperer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Lacking. 2 with it is. Why my pages? Is this a riddle? I guess so. It feels sort of forced. For all this dialogue and doing nothing, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lack, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. One with it is lack, 2. One person with a secret is lacking. How does that make sense? 2 with it is ideal. Why? 3 with it is dangerous. I mean, a bunch of people know your secret, sure. 1 with it is lacking. A seesaw, yeah. 2 with it is ideal, probably. 3 with it is dangerous, definitely. That makes sense to me. Something that's ideal with 2 people, dangerous 3. Oh, it's a seesaw. Vice's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. Reen, reen, wah, reen, reen, wah. Bug sounds. When Morrow came to, he was once again surrounded by the sounds of insects. Cries of insects were creating words, words he heard before. Alright, listen, it made sense, okay? It's just whatever metaphorical stupid shit that riddles want to make, okay? I don't like riddles, alright? I don't like them. So how should I know this shit? I know, obviously, there's the other one. Oh, they're not even going to... Okay, I thought I could get some funny dialogue. Inwardly furious that Weiss left the tack to him, Maru sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. A seesaw makes sense, too. You can't do nothing with a seesaw on your own. 2 people it works, and 3 people it starts getting dangerous. You're going to hurt somebody. That makes damn sense. It's a secret. And that's... You can keep a secret to yourself. 2 people is like, you don't know if that second person's going to start telling people. And 3 people, it's like, alright, now that shit's going to get out. So 3 people would make sense. The forest undergrowth parted before Mara like a rippling wave, opening a new path. I should have known it was going to be more metaphorical or fancy. These forest arthropods are making a road for us. That's horrifying. Pleased at passing the test, Mara moved on with new intensity. Path offered his body relief from undergrowth, gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. Maybe this narration would end. I guess the forest had accepted us, huh? We spun around and faced the companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. I just want to be able to see it. I did not purchase the Nier novella, whatever. I purchased the game to play the game. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing clear forest spring. Smiling, Morrow picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Vice. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I entered through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Okay, this might be light. Absurdly easy, barked Vice. Now answer it. Mara grit his teeth, try not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. I mean, truthfully, a bird makes sense in a way, but birds can come in. There are nocturnal birds. An owl, shit like that. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's a raptor or whatever, but still, I call it a damn. It's just a big bird. But I know that they're going for sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Wise softly, I've never seen such a sight. Me either, because they're not showing it to me. Perhaps I've misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried Maro, awakening Wise. Ace. Vicey from his days. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Mara walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open a small man. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape while wearing his face obscured by mist. Before he can get held up a hand and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, the end of the night, 3. That one's an old one. Four legs in the morning, 2 at noon, and the night, 3. See, I don't like this one because it's like when you look at it, it's like in the morning, noon, and night. Like, okay, who changes? But truthfully, it is a man because 4 legs is you are born as a baby and you start crawling. 2 is you're an adult walking on your 2 legs, and 3 is you have a cane. But like morning, noon, and night, I never would get that myself. Correct. That flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. A nudist. You're the mayor, cried the Maru. The small man slowly shook his head. I'm not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago I saw a version of you that was not yourself. What's that mean? Makes sense of time. At present, I'm simply a person here to give you exposition. Now you must go on to the next person. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. The Maru watched mist seeped up from the ground and mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Mara and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught the sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. I'm sorry, guys. This is too early in me getting used to this stuff for me to be confident in my skills enough to do some good voices, take my time, and read this out nice. I'm also just like genuinely irritated right now. I'm just... I just grinded and got all my crap ready for this. Good. Seriously. His left hand grasped him and he said hi. By the heavens, stop shaking me, you fool. I've not even told you if we're successful or not. He smiled, shook his head. Just happy you're alive. Didn't think I'd see you again. Mar withdrew himself with a handshake and a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, they say. At least I think we did. Really? Did we be done with the narration then? Mare's face beamed as Maro filled him in on details. When the tale was done, 3 of them lay down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Maro cocked and says, okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? None of this section makes sense. Just go with it, Maro. It's easily an endless paddle. Go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. It's how they designed the game. Maru and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Wise, it is words that control the Death Dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to go to sleep, then sleep we shall. Once we do, the story will continue. Please. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time again the mayor, the first time I've felt tired since I was in prison. Words cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. I really didn't do that on purpose. They might have slept for an hour or a year, and they woke things with slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear they had wakened from a dream. Oh! I can see again! Mars shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked. You two have no idea how much this means. The death train spread through our village and I wanted to. I thought I could figure it out, but I got trapped. Mayor stood. He had trouble without a word. Young man helped him out. Real life may take getting some getting used to, because he's been in a dream a while. You shall relearn in short order, I'm sure, said Weiss. Now you should go home and rest. No, said the mayor. No, I can't. Some of the villagers still trapped in Death Dream. I'm not going through this again. I'd say it. Mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village and bowed his head and prayed silently. This holy tree. It's guardian of our village histories and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Weiss. Let's not put our faith in the gods. Not the gods, the words. Legends say that our tree is home to powerful magic. As a sealed verse, well, we should snatch that up. Morrow and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed the gold had been found in the most unexpected of places. The place that we told it would be. Unexpected, my ass. They said, hey, there's a verse over here. We come over here and go through some trials and, oh my gosh, there's a verse here. I would have never expected. I say, muttered Weiss, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Morrow mentioned the Strainman of the third riddle, and I once saw a version of you that was not yourself. What in the world does that mean? You know, it's going to sound on by feeling that I saw you before, too. I'm trying to keep straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. Oh, it doesn't mean anything. Morrow gave the mayor a nod, but inwardly his thoughts were really racing. Whenever a game says it probably doesn't mean anything, there's something wrong about the mayor and his words. What exactly is going on here? The riddle would prove to be the most difficult of all.
Oh, thank you
Oh
so
my
much.
god, I can see.
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
It was
This
awful.
is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other village.
Yep. Obtain dark execution, summon magical spikes to impale. Oh, that thing. That's cool.
For a sealed verse.
Yes, all a touch too easy, if you ask me.
I earned that
It's
from all that
almost
reading.
as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Uh-huh.
Now I can find.
Yes,
Oh, get them. I don't even want to. I don't even want to look around here because I don't even want to end up in some damn death dream again like that. It was awful. Death exposition.
This person must be dreaming too.
it would appear.
Oh no.
And another victim.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Weiss.
Let's just get this over with.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Weiss?
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage.
Actually, you know what? We're gonna count this as a side quest. I'll see you guys in a minute. I don't know how, But I actually did both of those riddles. I mean, you're not going to see them because I just put do them because there's a bunch of story, like not story, but narration before you get to. This one was a riddle, figuring out which of the three people were lying, which one was the real one, and this one was like a choose your own adventure labyrinth, but it was also very dark. There's a bunch of dead corpses and stuff like that. I don't know how, but I actually I didn't know there was any clues because I didn't actually pay attention. But I made it out first try, so it worked. So
Oh, how wonderful. Thank
We
you
did
so
it.
much. Here, I have something for you.
there we
Wow,
go.
This looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again. For everything.
All right, that's why I wanted to do it. Oh man, it much weaker. I mean, you get plus 30% weeb with it. You know, being that it's katana. Ooh, it looks even cooler with katana. I honestly don't know what difference, you know, them being light, heavy, all that stuff makes. This does more damage. Woo! That was not a part of the game that I enjoyed in any form. I just gotta be honest about that one. I did not enjoy that. I mean, unique. Definitely unique, I'd say. But also, this kind of little forested area with the mist and stuff kind of reminds me of forested, like, I don't know, fairies or elves or whatever. I forget. Drakengard. You know, interesting. Yeah. I bet Kaina is really nice and always says nice things. Yeah, she says.
So how was the village?
Last time she said, "Fuck off and die" to the book. It's great.
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Neat.
I bet she would have had a blast. in
Let's
there.
get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
All right, well, that's it for now, I suppose. We'll be continuing in the next video, really. Let's get some light on us. Okay, I guess the lighting is just not happening. That was a tedious one. But we did it kind of quick once we sped up
Get
a
out
little.
of my way! I have to save Yona!
Calm down. You cannot prevail if you are blinded with rage.
What do you mean? We're just having a good old time. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.